This edition of our Formula for Success. You who are following us every single week since we started about a year and a half ago. Great to see you on, and everyone has joined us since. And also a special welcome to the new people we have from around the world. Like I can see a few new people specifically on this call from France and New Zealand, Australia, and a couple of different states in America. So great to have you on, and also great to see some of you back who haven't been on our webinars in a while. So, just as always, enjoy this, make the most of it. Make sure you ask plenty of questions, because these webinars are for you, okay? Every time I have one of these webinars, my goal is to help you as much as possible, to educate, motivate, and inspire you, to regain control of your life, and especially you can impact areas with body, mind, and health. Focus so much on, exercise and our nutrition, what we're eating, what we shouldn't eat, and so on. Most of me neglect things like sleep, and sleep is absolutely crucial. So it's really important to to understand it. I think that's the main problem for most people. They don't actually understand, what the issue of sleep is. Okay, they don't understand how to sleep well, and this is what this webinar is all going to be about. Okay, if anyone's having any difficulties hearing, just make sure you shut down everything else, because that will slow down your bandwidth if you have other things on. Okay, so make sure this is all you've got open. Okay. Most is fine. Okay, so three quick and easy night. This is more important and look at sleep, but that doesn't mean you're having a good sleep. Remember, there's such that you wake up really fresh. You don't wake up lethargic. You're ready to go. Your alarm clock should be pretty much just a safety net. So it's not something that you need. It's just something that you put on just in case you don't wake up in time. But you should typically wake up fresh as a daisy at the time just before the alarm's going to go off. You should be ready to go, get up, go through your day, very energetic, very vibrant all day, get so much done, super productive, feel your brain is really tuned in, great focus, great concentration, great memory, and then at the day, you got to to bed. So this is what's key, and this is where these strategies I'm going to share with you is going to make such a difference to you getting good quality sleep. I want you to ask yourself these questions and interact with your box and just these questions. Is this you first thing in the morning? When the alarm goes off, are you reaching desperately to press the snooze button or to turn off the alarm? You're not ready to actually ask yourself, first thing in the morning, how are you feeling? Because we want to make sure that you're waking up, as I said, before an alarm and fresh and ready to go. Also during the day, do you find this, whether it's on the way to work, you're constantly falling asleep, you don't have any energy. It's about key. It's about quantity sleep, it's about quality. So even if you have an 8, 9, or 10 hours of sleep, which would be a lot, doesn't mean it's good sleep. We want to make sure you get quality sleep. Okay, that's really key. High quality. How are you like this? Are you like this at 4 o'clock in the evening? Do you suffer this typical slump? And even throwing in loads of coffee isn't doing it. Throwing in loads of coffee still isn't getting you that boost that you need. So you're falling asleep. The usual post-lunch or 4 p.m. slump that people experience. So is this you? Or is this you? You go to bed, you can't go to sleep, you try everything, you might listen to soothing music, you're reading, you're tossing, turning, like this. This is you. So answer those question box so I know as well, okay? So when I put you up this presentation, is that you're going to understand why you must create a positive association with your bedroom, and you're also going to know the key elements to creating the perfect sleeping environment. You're going to understand how crucial the 30 minutes pre-sleep actually are. You will have the best sleep of your life tonight. If you implement what I teach you, if you implement some of what I teach you, I can guarantee you your sleep will be much, much better than you've experienced in a long time. Because there are a few little key steps and key little tricks and tweaks that I'll be suggesting to you on the webinar that will make such a huge difference to the quality of your sleep tonight. So make sure that you implement them. And you're going to wake up each morning energetic. That's the key thing. Because I'm giving you the solution. That's what I'm doing. And your key thing is that if you really want to improve control, you take action, and then you get results. But you will only get control if you do things like this, like attending webinars or reading or watching videos or whatever it might be, going to seminars, learning the information. But even at that, education is absolutely useless, and knowledge is absolutely useless unless you take action. You need to take action. Okay, so focus on getting the proper education, then take action, and then you will get results. That's why I can guarantee you that you will have amazing, deep, quality sleep, waking up fresh and rejuvenated once you take action on what I teach you. Okay? and it rests with you. It's totally up to you. It is your responsibility to regain control. It is nobody else's. It is nobody else's fault if you're tired all the time. It's nobody else's fault. For example, in a mirror, that person's looking back at you. Can you honestly say that they're doing everything possible to make your, your life be one that's controlled, that you have control of your body, mind, and health? That's why you have to ask yourself, because we control our existence. We control what we're doing. And it's our decisions, again, to shape a lot of our future. So it's, again, a case of making the right decision. So, my question to you is, are you ready now to implement what I'm going to teach you on this webinar? So, again, in the question box, just Y, N, comments, feedback, whatever, as I want you throughout the presentation, okay? And for the other person there who's having any audio difficulty, as I said, close down everything else. Just have this open, because that's slowing your bandwidth. Same if you watch this recording. Okay, so cool, everyone's ready. So as I said, you need to take action. It's totally up to you. Like sleep, there are many prior to the webinar. Let me just click this here. Oh, second's going off. 1 second there. So I would have. Okay, so sleep deprivation causes sleep problems. Okay, and for those of you who have horrendous sleep and are always feeling lethargic, are going to relate a lot of this. Okay, so you see, the problems relate to impaired performance at work. Again, this is given. The key thing is your brain needs to get rest. Think about all day. Your brain is motoring all day. You're using it all day. Okay, whether it be at work, whether it be driving, whether it be snowboarding, everything you do, conversations, you're constantly using your brain to burn out. So from that perspective, that your brain gets a break. And also, when you sleep, that's when your body actually recovers and rejuvenates itself. So the body doesn't get that chance to recover and rejuvenate itself. You can't, get the proper results from your training. You can't get that energy boost. Your cells can't rejuvenate. You can't get the best from all good things that you're doing. This sleep is so important. Okay. You see here psychological problems, sexual problems, altered metabolism. Getting bad sleep actually releases cortisol. So if you have bad sleep, release cortisol, that then stores fat, especially on the midsection. So even if everything else was perfect, you exercise a lot, you eat really healthy and all the right foods, your metabolism will be impacted negatively, and you'll result in 10 hours sleep a night even, and you're still tired. Obesity, again, it's all tied in again, like it ties in that you're releasing the cortisol. And gastric problems, your body can't rejuvenate itself and repair itself if it's not getting proper sleep, okay? For those of you who shift work is really a difficult situation in terms of your sleep. But what's crucial to do with shift work is you need to treat when you get up is like first thing morning, even if it was 8 o'clock at night. And whenever you go to bed, again, if you're going to bed at 8 a.m., then that needs to be like a typical 11 p.m. or whatever night time is, okay? So you can't see, plan out your clients a lot and design 24 hours a day or 168-hour jigsaw, which is to control that feel controlling action, okay? Your body requires minimum 7 days, very, very important. Where 4 years ago we started studying and researching sleep very in depth because, I had for many years, over a decade, thought it was great that I could survive on only, 5, 6, something like that, 6 hours sleep, because I thought that was great. But when I looked into it, it was just like I got myself used to it. Sleep. I wasn't allowing my body to recover. I purely allowed my body to just get used to sleeping, but that wasn't good for it. And there's sometimes we can fool ourselves into thinking that, if we only get a certain number of hours sleep, that's good. But it's not, okay? So you need your 7 hours of sleep. To sleep, we sleep at least a third of our lives, okay? If you think about it, 8 hours even on average, or 24 hours in a day, we're sleeping a third of our lives. And it's, bringing our single activity, apart from probably work, but although we sleep every day, whereas typically we would work 5 days. So typically it should be more than directly. So you should know how it works, okay, and why it's important and how it's important and what you need to do. So, why do you sleep? As I said here, it's rest and recuperation and then muscle recovery, okay? Your body cells sleep all the time, okay? So rest and recuperation, muscle recovery. So you need 7 or 8 hours of quality sleep. I said 7 hours on minimum. Typically I work off about 7 hours, but some days ideally I'll get 8. That would be the optimum, but I definitely make 7. And as I said to you, that was a shit I had to go through where I thought it was great I could survive in 5.5 or 6 hours, but once I looked into it and then I started experimenting on myself by getting 7 hours or 8 hours sleep and seeing how my body reacted, how I felt at different levels of sleep, I started to see the truth behind the research and what I had read about the whole 7 hours. Okay? So it's on your brain, alertness, on memory, on focus, on overall health, again your muscle recovery, just your overall recovery, really important. amount of sleep you need does decrease. If you look like a baby, they pretty much sleep all the time. They don't have to wake up for a bit of that's it. And when you get to 4 to 12, by later on it's 10, only 10 hours. When you're adult life, 8 hours. That's what you need. 8, 7 at a very minimum. Can you get too much sleep? Definitely. And I see this with a lot of people, whether during the week they actually can't, they don't sleep a lot, they don't sleep as much as they want, they're feeling tired quite a lot, but at the weekends and they try to up for it by trying to sleep 10 hours or 12 hours or staying in bed half the day. It's not good for you to do that. And I explain later too about the rhythm, the natural body rhythm that you have, and how important it is to a consistent number of hours, not even necessarily the same sleeping time. You must create a positive association with the bedroom for sleep. Okay. Step 2 is create a sleep-inducing environment. Step 3, select your pre-sleep activities wisely. What you do before bed has the biggest bearing on the quality of your sleep out of everything. So step 3 is really important. Step 1 and 2 are building up to making sure the environment and so on is right. We're also going to cover what circadian rhythm is and your whole natural body clock, and also the impact of alcohol and stress sleep. Okay? So alcohol, stress, and exercise, and so on. Step 1, association. So what you currently do in your bedroom. But think about what you do, okay, even throughout the day. So kind of subconscious association have with your bedroom. Do you possibly want to use it as an office? Do you also use it as somewhere to sit down and eat? Do you use it for somewhere to sit down and watch TV and movies? Are you on a laptop in there? And then you sleep obviously as well. Kind of activity is what you subconsciously think about. Because the key to your bedroom should equal sleep. That should be what it's for. Okay? Getting dressed and so like that, it's all part of the waking or going to bed situation. But your bedroom should be predominantly for sleep. If you need to do some work, that should either be in like a home office or some parts of the house that you're going to dedicate for work. Same with eating. Same with relaxation, watching TV or anything like that. It should be in a particular area of the house. Just like sitting room should be for relaxation, the dining room should be for eating, it should be for cooking, bedroom for sleeping. Okay? Now that might sound very even anal to you and think, God, does it really make that much difference? Yes, because it's very important to have a proper association with the bedroom. And as I said, that subconsciously that you're going in there and thinking, this is where I'm to bed. Actually, I was at Brian, one of our attendees who's in London, he's on our coaching programs as well. He lives in a studio apartment. So just going to read what he says here. It's difficult for me not to use the bedroom faculties other than sleep, as I'm in a studio flat. It's all one room. So, if you have a situation like that where you're in a studio apartment, or you're sharing a room, for instance, somebody, or sharing a room in a house, it's such situations, you can still create a good positive association. What you're doing then is more so creating a positive association around certain today. Okay, so you're creating a positive association around, let's say, 10 o'clock, 11:30, or whenever is hour and a half, when you should be winding down one. It's like for Brian, he pretty much is doing everything. It's not where the bed is, the kitchen, the table and chairs. You're doing work away there, or whatever you might be doing online or so. Even up to bed, there comes a point. So I guess if you're in a studio apartment or you're in a house where it's a little more difficult to just use your bedroom just to sleep, then as I said, start create positive subconscious association around certain times. Okay? Hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, or you further queries in that, just type into the question box, okay? Because like I say, type away into the question box all the time. I want to hear your questions. Next one, sleep and environment. Again, really important. So you've created that positive association. Next thing is the environment you sleep in. Again, a massive impact. It's very important, again, it's a sleep-conducive environment. That when you go in there, again, the body feels like it's going to sleep. Okay? So, way it looks, what's in there, what you're doing in there, all these things are important. This is how your bed should be. It should be absolutely pitch dark when you're in there going to sleep. And how you do that is, if you have things like blackout curtains, brilliant, okay? Or, blackout slides or something like that. Blinds, sorry. Other thing is very thick curtains, or if your curtains aren't thick enough because of outside lights and so on, you could have blinds with curtains over it. Very simple thing to do. If you don't have those, you can't afford to get them, just like something to cover your eyes, like glasses but to cover your eyes, okay? You can get them very easily in a solution. That's right, blackout blinds. Okay. Sometimes I might be staying somewhere where there's a lot of light coming in. I'll have the eye shades. I'll use them. You need to do this thing, okay? You can really start prioritizing your sleep, and remember, again, it's up to you, as I kept saying, as I keep stressing to you. So you need to make it like a back cave. That's really crucial. Also, as I said, tying in with the positive association, but also don't have keys. Okay, no electrical pipes, because the reason is that one, we want to make sure that our brain is connecting with, right, we're going into the bedroom, and all these actually putting around, we're creating like a big magnetic field in the room, you know, a lot of right now the phone as an alarm clock. Okay, that's disastrous because they'll sleep, but they're not asleep. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So last night if I was in the room, you looked asleep, but your mind may not have actually been getting rest, your brain may not have been getting rest, your body may not have be getting the room rejuvenation it needs. Make sure it's the right temperature. Make sure you invest in a good mattress, okay? You know, again, it's where you're spending a third of your life. So make sure, again, your mattress and the bedclothes and so on are comfortable. Okay, it's not like a good mattress is worthwhile investment. So environment is absolutely crucial to the quality of your sleep. An alarm clock, get a battery one. Don't use your phone. Put your head. You had yourself last constant beeping as a text message coming through or a call about to come through. That's what's happening. That's transmitting through the air. That's how it's working. But then it's also keeping the mind active. And you have to have beside your head when you're trying to sleep. And also a lot of people will plug it in and charge it while you're asleep. So that's even doubly bad because you got all the electrical current into the phone to charge it, and then also then it's there anyway. Okay, so these are things that make a huge difference to the quality of your sleep. Okay, so is that making sense? Again, make sure, let me know if it makes sense or not. So these things are huge in terms of getting the right sleep environment. Because as I said, if you don't sleep, you don't have the right environment, it's very hard to sleep. Next one, sleep activities. Pre-sleep activities are what really knit it all together. If you don't do the right activities, it doesn't matter how good the bedroom is, it doesn't matter if you have a good positive association, there's going to be a huge impact on the quality of sleep based on what you do before bed. So that 15 to 30 minutes before bed is absolutely crucial. It really determines what happens. If you're like this guy in the photo and you're studying, you know, you're doing projects, you're on the computer, you know, you're stressed, all these things, and that's what's happening before bed. If you really think and relax and allow your brain to actually, you know, focus and to relax it down and get a proper sleep, you know, it's not possible. So you need to make sure your body gets in a relaxed state, not stressed. If you're stressed and you're worried about the next day, which, you know, the reality is in today's fast-paced world, a world where there's lots of, you know, concern, stop in the day. Again, at the same time, you have control. You are the person who can determine if you press stop in the day or not. So it's very important for you to do that. So make sure 15 to 30 minutes before your lights out time, you make a decision that, you know, I'm just going to switch off now, switch off completely, and then just leave everything into the next day. Because there's nothing you can do about it that time. And worrying is not going to help the situation. Wait until the next day when you can actually possibly do something about it. Okay? Now, I don't want to belittle these situations. I'm in a very stressed situation right now. I'm not belittling it, but I'm trying to point out that, you know, you can control the way it's impacted and believe that, you know, you control it. You have you're the one who is reacting to certain things, or it's very badly. Don't eat within 4 hours of bed either. This is really important. If you eat close to bed, the body is in like a confused state. It's meant to be focusing all its energy on rejuvenating itself and the muscles and recovering and repairing them and rejuvenating cells and allowing your mind to get a rest. But when you sleep or eat close to bedtime, the body then is, you know, meant to be then focusing on getting it digested, breaking down the food, getting it transport around the body, which is huge effort. It burns huge amounts of calories. So the body goes through a lot of work. So there's that kind of confusion and it can't sleep correctly because of it. And that's why a lot of people get terrible nightmares too, because the whole sleep cycle is really disrupted. Do something because you're genuinely hungry, you know, keep it to a minimum. Avoid these completely before bed. You know, coffee, you should even have your last cup of coffee about actually last. Coffee is something that, now if you really have a cup or two of coffee, no big deal. You know, as if you're on my webinars regularly, you know I'm all about creating a manageable lifestyle and focusing on making small changes in the right direction. But if you're going to drink coffee, keep it to the morning and very early afternoon. Alcohol, huge impact on your sleep too. Once you have any alcohol in your system, you don't get to deep sleep. Okay, it could be a glass or two of wine, one beer. It doesn't matter. It impacts your sleep in a horrendous way. This is why when people do a night or they go out on a big night out, they're so tired the next day. It's because you're not sleeping properly. Because you can't reach rapid eye movement. If you don't reach sleep, then you're not going to feel rested. Because you need at least 3 or 4 times in the night to feel it. A bit later, a bit more about the whole sleep cycle and rapid eye movement. These energy drinks, in general, stay away from them anyway because they're filled with so many chemicals and toxins and they're seriously dangerous to your body. And then smoking, the whole nicotine then as well, again another stimulant. So avoid these before bed, okay? These, if you do these before bed, if you take these in and you stop it, it'll make a dramatic difference to the quality of sleep. I can guarantee you that. So again, 15-30 minutes before bed, press stop, okay? And if there's a lot of stuff worrying you and you're concerned about stuff the next day and so on, again, just work on your mindset to get it clear so that you just focus on getting ready for bed for 15 to 30 minutes, getting the right mindset, and calm yourself down and relax yourself down and leave everything for the next day. It's really important. So you want to do things like having a nice warm bath or eat your body, listen to something, you know what works for you. Read, but make sure you're reading something, again, that's a bit of escapism, something that relaxes you, not something that's going to stimulate you. Don't read anything in relation to career. Don't read anything in relation to something you're studying. Okay? It can't be stimulating in any way. It needs to be enjoyable and it's relaxing. Do some yoga, Reiki, Pilates, any of these kind of activities, a bit of stretching. Anything's going to help to loosen up your body, because when you do a lot of stretching, it loosens up your body. And when you loosen up your body, it releases a lot of tension. Okay? So I do quite a lot before bed. I spend a few minutes stretching. I'll also start breathing. Deep breaths. Breathing deeply is a great way to get yourself energized. It's also a great way to relax yourself. And when you breathe, it should be in through the nose and out through the mouth. So really deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you're trying to relax yourself, it's a lot more smoother breathing out. So breathe in deeply. And then out. Like that. Nice and relaxed. We empty everything out. Because if it was first thing in the morning, you're looking to energize, it's like, so there's more energy behind it. You're looking to generate energy. So this is where your breathing can do so much for you. And try to tomorrow, 15 really deep breaths, really sucking it in through the nose. You notice that sends the oxygen to your brain and to your lungs a lot faster. You breathe deeply in through your mouth, that's just sending it straight down. Like, where does it go? Down the esophagus, and then it's going to come back up again. To energize yourself, but also for pre-bed to relax yourself. Again, good, keep it relaxed deeply in and really relax and extending all of your out of your body straight away. So that's really important. So these are the kind of activities that are important to do pre-bed. These are the activities that make a huge difference to your sleep, and they're really crucial for you to get that good sleep quality, top quality. This is the sleep cycle. So when you go to sleep, this number one, for instance, is just when you go, okay, lights out, you're lying there, you have a few minutes where you're kind of sleeping. 15 minutes or so later, then you should be getting into sleep. Your body's relaxing, heart rate's slowing down, brain isn't doing as much complicated stuff. Stage 3 again, you're starting to repair, you're getting sleep, hitting stage 4, number 3, sleep. Now this is different. See here it says REM after 90 minutes after feeling sleep. For some people it's longer. Okay? For some people it could be an hour and 45 minutes, some people it's an hour and 15. From testing in my own body, I have found that it's an hour and 45 minutes. Okay, that's my sleep cycle. So if I'm asleep and I got woken up after, we'd say, an hour, I'd feel absolutely wrecked. If I was woken up after an hour and 50 minutes, I'd feel actually fresh. And same with every group of it. Okay, so that's where 7 hours works well for me. Okay, if I was to wake up after 7 hours, 7 hours. Right? Just like 7 hours 15. So this goes for everyone. Find out for yourself what works best for you. So my cycle is an hour for 157 minutes by a bit of expectation. Saying, okay, I'm going to sleep early, set it again, go to bed 11:30, set the alarm, and I judge how you feel. Next day I might set for 6:15, or next day I might be 6:40. Now, of course, there's various factors that might also affect it. But, you want to get just a general idea, a general feel for it. Because like here, when you come out of rapid eye movement, that's where your body is starting to wake up. Coming back to semi-consciousness, back to number 1, then into 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. This is where you need to achieve this, 3 first and night to get proper rest. Okay, this is very important. Does that make sense, everybody? Again, once again, put in any questions as well. It's important to make sense to you. Exercise is a huge role. If you're not exercising right now and you're finding you sleep bad, start exercising. By exercising, your body wants to repair and rejuvenate itself. Okay, and with that, it makes you feel sleepy. Okay, so that's why when people start exercising, it's said to feel sleepy right from the start. Because if your body doesn't rejuvenate itself, doesn't get to repair, doesn't get to sleep, then you're not going to get the benefits from the training. You're tuned into your body. It's like with the sleep cycle. You have a specific sleep cycle, which is going to be almost definitely different to mine. Start tuning into how you feel and play your sleep. But exercise makes a huge difference. If you're finding to sleep or you're having very poor sleep quality, start having a diary. Diary makes a huge difference for identifying the patterns. But start using one. And just look like things like, when you went to bed, when you got up, if you were in the night. Where's the rest of that there? It's not coming up. Basically what it says, things like when you woke up, when you got, they're important. Or you woke up during the night in the time, and note what you do up. You to go to the toilet. Did you wake up after a nightmare? Did you wake up and you just couldn't go back to sleep again? Or did you fall asleep straight away? Did you wake up worrying, which would show that you didn't actually wind down your mind before bed, because the mind is you're asleep and that then woke you up. Okay, so it's so important to give you the information to let you know, how to improve the quality. Okay, really, really important. So I'm just going to go over a recap. 3 steps again. Create a positive association with the bedroom for sleep. So, as I said, with the positive association for sleep, you want to make sure that you see the bedroom for sleep, and that's what it's for. Okay. Create a sleep conducive environment. So again, make sure you have, it's blackout. It's like a Batcave. It's completely pitch dark. Whatever you need to do that, whether that be having the eye guards, or it means having blackout curtains or blinds with curtains, or whatever it might be. Okay. So comfortable mattress is important, and comfort those for you as well. And then select your pre-sleep activity wisely. All right. So again, these are all super, super important. So what's the questions that people might have, because it's important again that you're clear on all of this, and then you start doing the 3. If you look at it right now and see, what is it that I'm not doing out of these 3, and then do them tonight. Okay, you just need to start taking action on these things straight away. Very, very important. Let me see. So Bernie. Yeah, there's going to be a recording available. Check your email tomorrow to get access to recording, so you can listen to everything again. In terms of your sleep, in terms of, you're sleeping dreadfully, this is where it's so important that you take notes of what I've said and you implement the steps that I've said. So, right now, think about what you do in your bedroom. Think about the association you do have. Think about what the room is like. Where can you improve it? Maybe you have a TV there. Maybe you use your phone as an alarm. Get rid of these things. Maybe you need to make it much darker. And also what to do before bed. Okay, and for anyone who's going through any stress at the moment, stress, will be occurrences in their life, or something they're worried about, or family issues, or whatever it might be, different things that are stressing them. Really learn to cope with that is absolutely crucial, and learn to switch off from it, which again is not easy, but is possible. Doing that before bed is absolutely crucial. That 15 to 30 minutes before bed is the most important time. Okay, so Bernie, that's key for you to do. So look at what I've gone through over the last 40 minutes or so, and decide what is it there that you can improve on. All right. I just want to pull up as well to grab some other questions that were asked on Facebook by some of you. So let me just grab this. Okay, so let's see. So Brian's in London. He's got a studio apartment. So he's saying before bed, typically it's a laptop or the phone. After coming home from work and attending to necessary domestic duties, I only have a couple of hours to do other things. So the idea of stopping all of that 30 minutes before switching off the lights is rather alien. Again, that's normal for most people. That's a lot of what we teach in these webinars. It's different for everybody in terms of it's not normal for people. And this is why people need to start making it normal. Secondly, my mind frequently races with activities, tasks to be done or organized, and it's not easy to calm it down for the purposes of sleep. Lastly, I'm a light sleeper, and noise from neighbors impacts on the quality and duration of my sleep. However, I don't want to use earplugs. Okay? So what you need to do there, Brian, is let's take each part there. So again, what you do before bed, again, when you've got the studio apartment, so, again, tune in that it's switch off time. I know after working and everything, and there's certain things you have to get done each day with the apartment and so on, with domestic duties, but you have to make this stop 15 to 30 minutes before bed. You just have to embed that into your life. So like for me, whatever time I'm going to be going to bed, 30 minutes beforehand, it's stop. Okay? So it's like if I'm going to bed at 11:30, 11 o'clock, it's stop. Everything to do with work, phones, everything. And all I'm focused on doing is relaxing myself down. Now, this is where it's all down to what you prioritize. If you get better quality sleep, then you're going to feel much better the next day. You'll be more productive. You're going to get more done. Whereas a lot of time we don't focus on getting this productive sleep and relaxing before bed, because we're focused on like this. Oh, it's so much to do. I need to do this, need to do that, and I'll just get this finished and I'll go to bed. I think when you're having so much to do is because you're not being as productive as you could be. Okay, so it's important to get that rest and rejuvenation. And so if you're really switched on, if your brain is switched on, you can get so much more done, and that can save you. It could be just minutes, or it could even be 30 minutes or an hour in the day. But keep thinking about priorities. If you have something you think is important, is it more important than getting quality sleep for the impact it's going to have in your life? Because the reality is, for a lot of what we think is important or that we're prioritizing, it's not really that important. Okay? There's other things that are far more important we need to focus on. All right, so I hope that makes sense to you. In terms of winding down your brain and being so active and racing with activities, tasks to be done. Again, this is where press and stop is. You get what you can done in a day. There's only 24 hours. You should sleep for 7 or 8 of them. You're working for 8 or 10 of them. You need to eat. You might have to travel and so on. You can only do so much. So, for instance, you've got an hour to get stuff done. Whatever you can get done, that's all you can do. There's no point putting yourself under pressure. Be happy with what you do. And this is why, as well, with journals, I coach clients a lot in using journals. This is why it's important for you to have a journal that has successes and your gratitudes and so on, because a lot of times we just keep saying we have to do more and more and more and more pressure on ourselves, and a lot of times because we don't realize the success we've already had in that day. So what you want to focus on is making sure that you feel successful. So do a journal, and that's quite a good thing to do before bed as well, because typically you feel quite good doing it. But there are things you should do before bed anyway. Okay? The whole light sleeper, noise from neighbours, impacts quality and so on. A lot of why you're very conscious of it as well is because, again, you're not fully relaxed. So you're very conscious of all the noises around you, okay? When you can really get yourself relaxed, a plane could land in your house or apartment and you would hardly know. Okay, now that's, a very deep state of relaxation and near unconsciousness. But you need to focus again on getting yourself in a very sleepy nature. Make sure there's plenty of melatonin being released. Another little tip would be, hour maybe before bed, if you've got dimmer switches, turn them down so the place is darker, or else turn off the main lights and turn on a lamp. Something again that will make your body feel, it's getting dark, it must be time to sleep, because we naturally react to light and dark. So when it's dark, we naturally feel we should be going to sleep. When it's bright, we feel we should be up. That's why, like in wintry mornings, when it's still dark at 8 a.m., it's hard for us to get out of bed, and it's hard to get ourselves going, because the body naturally thinks that, it should be asleep. Okay? So really focus on improving those things. And like I understand with the earplugs, if you really don't want to use them for sleep, then just, as I said, focus on the whole relaxation. See, it's from the message you put in, you find it hard to switch off. So just really focus on just switching off and make it happen. Okay, so hope that helps. Okay, Jojo. I got a big problem with sleeping. I sleep late, not being as busy with work, or so my mind never allows me to sleep. I think too much, and I turn to bed all night. Sometimes I'm even scared and sleep with the light on or with music on, because it's the only way you can get to sleep. So I'd imagine there, Jojo, that you've had, a certain trauma possibly in your life. Something happened, that's where the scaredness comes from, okay? Bad experience in the dark or whatever it might be. So the thing with any issue that's impacting you is, one, you have to be aware of it, so really facing up to it, which sometimes can be difficult depending on what has happened. And when you face up to it, then to take action on it, okay? Well, it sounds like you've very disturbed sleep, so really what I'd say to you is, there's a lot of work there you can do. I can guarantee your environment isn't good, your pre-sleep activities aren't, because you're obviously not getting relaxed, you're not relaxing your body. So it's very important for you to just take time even to focus on the pre-sleep activities. Pick something that's going to relax you down, okay? Pick some activity that's going to relax you. And you know yourself better than anyone, so pick something like that, because it will have a huge impact on you. Because again, from what you're putting in here, Jojo, like, you're not sleeping at all. You're waking up the whole night, you're twisting and turning, and then some nights you're even scared if you leave the light on. So you have a big issue with sleep, and this is where the association is. You have a negative association with sleep, and you should create a positive association with sleep. Okay? And see it again as time again for relaxation, rejuvenation, and so on. because that's what's really important. So just again, take what I've gone through in the webinar and implement a few of those little steps. And for everybody, if you're not doing most of what I've said, I don't expect you to suddenly start doing it all tonight, but pick one or two things that you can improve on. Maybe it's that you need to stop using your iPad in bed, and also you need to do something 15 minutes before bed that will relax you. Do something, pick something there. If there's loads and loads of things that you need to improve on, again, do a few this week, make them a habit, do a few next week, and so on, and you see your sleep improving. If there's only a couple, well, make sure you start doing it straight away, and let's get your sleep to be high quality ASAP. Okay? So what's really key again is listen to what I've said. I hope you've taken plenty of notes. You should have. Always take notes in these webinars, but pick out one or two things you can do tonight. Change your environment. Stop doing certain things in the room. Start doing something 15 to 30 minutes that's going to relax you. Okay, that's just so key. And I can guarantee you, you will feel a positive impact on your sleep, better than you've slept in a long time. Okay? Any other final questions before we get going? And anyone that's watching this as a recording, make sure you place any of your questions or feedback or comments in the comment section below the video. Okay? Alright, just checking any more questions. So guys, it's key to take action. As I said early on, it's great having knowledge, but if you have knowledge, it's useless unless you implement it. So make sure you start implementing what I'm teaching on this webinar and every webinar, okay? Because knowledge is absolutely useless unless it's implemented, okay? And if you're interested in joining any of our coaching programs, and we get outstanding results with our clients because we don't just focus on fast results, but also lifelong results. We want to change your lifestyle. We want you to achieve long-lasting results, because no point achieving things over a short period and then it all goes away again. We want to make sure that your results last forever. So this is why we focus on making small changes on a regular basis, because that's how you achieve success. Okay, so if anyone's ever interested in joining our coaching programs, make sure you contact us, whether it be on Facebook, on Twitter, on email, whatever method might be. Okay, phone, text, whatever it is. Alright guys, that seems to be good to questions. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you took a lot from it. Make sure that you implement. As I said, knowledge isn't power, the implementation of knowledge is power. And I just want to wish you a fantastic week and just keep moving forward. The key thing to success is that you keep taking positive action and keep moving in the right direction. So keep focusing moving forward this week, and let's make this the best year ever. This is Dave Sheahan, founder of Formula for Success and High Performance Coach. Thank you for being on. Thank you for your attention and your questions and your interaction. And I look forward to speak to you on our next edition next week.